Hi.
So good
So
to see
great to
you.
see you.
Okay, Brooklyn and I go way back from the Florida project, and we've been in touch ever since. I love this gal, and I'm sure you do too. So let's just get right to it. Okay, first of all, guys, didn't know that I would need a box of Kleenex watching this movie, and B, I would never look at pigeons the same way again. So Brooklyn, let's start with you. How did you find your way into relating to Caitlin? You did such a fabulous job.
Thank you. Well, the way I really found myself relating to Caitlin is basically just taking my own experiences and applying them to her. I mean, being a teen and tweenage girl isn't easy. Like, it isn't easy. And honestly, I took a lot of to my peers' experiences. I mean, the people I'm friends with, what they've said that they've wanted to communicate. I really felt like Caitlin was a character that stood for every teenage girl and for
Yes.
their voices to be heard. And so I basically took everything that my friends wanted to communicate out into the world, and I did, and literally put that through her. And my mom and I took a lot of preparation into doing justice to her and making sure that the message was thoroughly communicated.
Oh, you really did such a great job, honestly. And not to ignore you, Che, because you were fantastic too. You are a really, what a talent you are. But the relationship between Adam and Caitlin, it gets a little fraught. They're good friends until something happens. Tell me though a little bit about developing your chemistry with Brooklyn, and then, and how hard it was to kind of have that adversity a little bit.
Oh, it was actually kind of it was kind of funny when we were doing some of the scenes because I mean it was so hard to try to actually like
Hate
get
me.
like
It's hard to
Exactly.
hate each other.
Who
yeah
could
and
hate
and
you, Brooklyn? Who
like
could hate you?
yeah and
Oh
this
gosh.
yeah she's very easy to like, so I mean
Yeah.
I mean it's funny because we would start laughing sometimes after like we would
Mm-hmm.
like start
Yeah.
They'd
yelling
be
at
like
each
cut, and we would be like,
other.
you
Yeah.
said fart instead of hard that time.
Yeah, so it will be stuff like that. But I mean, as in like developing the chemistry, I mean, it's very easy. I mean,
Yeah.
when you have someone, like minds, think alike. So I mean, great minds think alike. So I mean, you have, me and Brooklyn, and then like we just like magnets. So I mean, it was very easy.
That's great.
Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, tell me a little bit about working with Brian Cox, because we all know he can be a little gruff, but man, he's a pussy cat. I mean, come on, your scenes, both of you, your scenes with him, it was so wonderful to see him in a film like this. And I know he's the producer of it too. So very special.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I was nervous to work with Brian, but you are right. He is definitely, I chipped at his shell. I was at it. I have this thing where like, you know, I've worked with, Johnny Lee Miller and
Yeah,
and you know, the those actors, and so I'm really good at being able to like chip under their shell, and I'm kind of like a nosy person. Like I just like drill them with questions. And Brian was just so open to those questions. He was like, yeah, I have a wife and I have three kids, and one lives in Arizona, one lives in, and he just went into his entire family history. He told me about his childhood, everything, and I was just like, oh, yeah, please tell me everything. And he just, yeah, after you kind of the first few days of meeting him and
yeah,
talking to him, he just became like an all-around role model for me.
yeah.
And I want to be like Brian, and I want to take after Brian. So yeah.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Honestly, I loved the relationship with all of you. Jay, did you ever know about racing? I think flying pigeons and racing them. Like, who would think you go to Central Park or whatever, you're feeding them breadcrumbs. Like, that's about as far as I would get with a pigeon. They're, like, seriously,
Yeah.
working with these birds. Oh, I'm sorry, gross.
Yeah, I mean, I always tell Brooklyn that I was like, yeah, I used to think of them as like the rats of the sky and stuff like
Right.
that. Yeah, and I was like, they'll eat anything. It's like they're like rats. But no, I actually it's like the more I learned about them and the more I actually started working with them, I just had so much more respect for them, and
Yeah.
like I was just in awe. I was like, now I want one. And you
Mhm.
know, and I just realized I'm like, pigeons get such a bad rap. I was like, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm like, they're amazing.
Poor pigeons.
Yeah, poor pigeons. And then I was like, wow. But I mean, working with them is really fun. They're very nice. They're very docile.
Very smart creatures.
Very smart
Very
too.
smart. Mhm.
Well, clearly, I mean, yes, exactly. I mean, you have heard about homing pigeons where they do come back and stuff. It's fascinating, but Brooklyn, now do you think that you would have a pet pigeon? What do you think? What does mom say about this?
Of course. Oh, mom. She's not. She said I could get one if we get more land.
Ah,
So we don't have enough land right now for a pigeon, but yeah, I'm definitely like I would get one. I would name it Muffin, and then I would get one. I would name it Lulu, and she was like, "These are really cute names." So I think I'm convincing her with the cute names to get me a pigeon.
that's a very good ploy. Very good ploy. Okay, just to wrap it
Some
up.
good names.
Yeah, Che, we know you're a very accomplished musician. You are unbelievably talented. Did you entertain everybody on set, when it was downtime?
I did. I tried to. I
He
tried to
did.
entertain people. I mean, it's very hard trying to find a piano. I mean, just
Well,
randomly. But I mean,
yeah.
I'll just air key for them. But I mean,
Sounds beautiful.
yeah,
Yeah, right. Well, you could have brought a
Ah,
little keyboard onto the set. I mean, they could have given you that.
yeah.
Come on, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I could have, that's how I'll make sure I do that next time. I'll just carry like a strap-on keyboard or keychain.
exactly.
Yeah.
For the sequel, we'll get that going well. Listen, guys, congratulations on this. Like I say, Brooklyn, it is always my pleasure to talk to you. You are such a great
of
talent.
course. So nice talking to you. It's so
Yes,
great to
thank
see
you.
you.
Gotta come back here to Toronto so I can take you out for lunch or something, okay?
Yes. We definitely have to
And,
talk.
and
And
bring
I know
Che,
my
yeah.
mom says hi. My
No,
mom says hi, definitely.
Hi, Mom. Yes, and bring Che with you, and me, you, Che, and your mom.
Yeah,
We're gonna
I'll
go for
pack him in
lunch.
my bag. Yeah.
100%. There you go. Guys, you're fantastic in this movie. I absolutely loved it. And best of luck to
Yes.
you with it. And my pleasure talking to you. Bye. Have a good one.
uh,
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, guys.